morning everyone and welcome to the 2025 Avalon Airshow. It's actually quite cold as you can tell. Anyway, I'm here with Musa and Sally. There's Sally, there's Musa. And we're on our way to meet up with my grandparents and my dad. They've just, they got special parking privileges because they have wheelchairs. So if you remember, we came here 2 years ago. My grandfather loved it. Actually, everyone loved it, especially my grandfather and Musa. So we're back, and I'm here and to basically vlog the whole day for you guys. And there's Grandad, and there's Granny. Granny's wet and truly ready. And there's Dad. And we are inside. So when you first walk through, there's all these like food trucks on your right, and then you just keep going down past all like the merchandise stalls and everything to head to where you can view the aircraft from more clearly. Not sure why this one is inflatable, but however there are a few inflatables along the way as you come down and we turn left. But anyway, I don't actually know where we're going, guys, so you'll just have to go with the flow with us. True Australian fashion, guys. We have a Bunnings stall here. So there are stalls naturally for all different stores. Yeah, and we've got a traditional Bunnings one, mate. Oh look, picnic blankets here. I could have brought ours, I suppose. There are some police helicopters, and we've got some small, not helicopter, well that one's a helicopter, the one next to it's a jet. I am, by the way guys, I'm not exactly the most fluent person when it comes to aviation knowledge, but we have some small planes on either side. I'm just trying to capture whatever I can for you all. There's Granny and Grandad behind, and Dad. My Granny's cracking me up with her hood. And there is a Qantas flight.
No, me neither, but I just remembered I've seen it come.
You already said it, oh details.
You might be able to get in. What's up there teaching in school? Very similar, it's the same thing as us.
Oh, look at this one. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Wait, was that the one that we went? I think the last time we were here, we went inside that plane. What? A bit of a hot air balloon system happening there. And then we've got some of the military tanks out on the side here. Granny and Grandad having a peek at the Black Hawk. Look how interested Grandad is. Going to ask some questions. There's the Apache helicopter, according to Dad. This is a firefighter, the truck that is. And apparently this bit here on the end is meant to be for water. It's so sharp though, like I can't fathom the way it would be used. Alright, what do we have here that Grandad's so interested in? Oh, what? Hawkeye? Is that what it's called?
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye? Well, that's not very phonetic then, is it? Look at this, my granddad was just explaining to me that this is a defused bomb. There's no fuse at the front there, and apparently that is what it looks like when it hits the ground. Actually interesting because I didn't think about it until now. I've never seen something like this in person before. Now we're just going to take a look at some of these planes, and there's something about fighter jets further on. And then soon, hopefully, the show, the displays, the flight, why can't I talk today? The pilots will be flying in the air apparently in an hour's time. So hopefully I'll have some of that to show you all very soon. Look at this, two different systems on either side. Very interesting. US Air Force to our left. Hello from the air show. Are you having a good time?
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. This is an interesting looking plane behind you with the two different systems. Bloody hell. And we're here for the fighter jets. This is what Musa's waiting for.
Things to see
Look how
in the
cool
sky.
this setup
We have
is.
Michael
Look at all
Veach
these
standing by.
couches.
Good afternoon, or good
That's
morning,
really
I should say,
cool.
Michael.
And look, Wall of Fire 12:30, and then.
And with Flight Lieutenant Dugong standing in front of a 1 Squadron Super Hornet Dugong. Hello, mate.
We just stopped and had a bit of lunch, and now we're seated waiting for the. There's my grandparents, waiting for the Wall of Fire. I have to put these in. It's going to get really loud after the Wall of Fire. I had to put them in now because apparently for the Wall of Fire it's going to be really loud. Alright, 5 minutes I think we've got to go. I have waited 2 years for this. I was just saying to everyone. 2 years because last year we didn't know about it. We walked out as it went up. So I'm very excited to be able to see it this time.
Make sure you give that F-35 pilot a feather wave as you go past, because he will be putting on a display for you like no other.
We will go to an air break now, and we'll be back shortly at the commentary break for the 2025 Avalon Airshow.
Alright, they've delayed it so many times now, but I think it's about to go off, hopefully. Whoa. They didn't even give the countdown! Oh my god, they just went off! The countdown would have been nice! Is that it?
Well, it was hot, it was noisy, it was anything.
Is that it?
And of course, this is well rehearsed.
I can't believe they didn't give us the countdown! Alright, time for the fighter jet! Whoop.
Center, we will apply full afterburner and accelerate the aircraft into a near vertical climb. Ladies and gentlemen, from your right, the High Alpha.
Coming in.
No, we've got a Jetstar flight landing as well.
And I'm going to be out.
And there is the A320.
Two F-35
Opportunity here. We have the Mustang, the Spitfire, the Super Hornet, and the F-35 in formation together. And then there's Spitfire.
Mustang and Spitfire.
And what we've got to the RTV codes on the Spitfire is a reference to one particular pilot.
Yes, Bobby Gibbs. For search and rescue as well. And we've seen them operating alongside the P8 Poseidon and everything from rescues. There was only one recently that the Navy and the Air Force participated in off Queensland when a person on the ship was the Cyclone Alpha and they went in and did a rescue. Very versatile helicopter.
Here's the P8
aircraft.
Poseidon.
So you'll see them as low as 100 feet flying along the coastline around Australia to keep that surveillance around the Australian borders. I can notice that the on-bay doors are open right past the helicopter.
Like today, it would be relatively easy for the guys, but when it gets a little bit bumpy, a little bit turbulent, it is very, very tricky, especially as you can see on the left and right behind the wing there would be a hose.
C-27.
Fairly short landing here, and these aircraft can land on unprepared strips, as well as an airfield like here at the Australian International Airshow at Avalon.
So what we see here, you'll see
a C-27J Spartan lifts its ramp and gets ready to take off.
I'm not sure what this one is, guys.
But they're all highly capable, so they are available at the moment's notice to secure a huge jet.
It was
Time
a
for Ramp Base Airway with the number 2
C-1J30
Security Forces squad, F-35A Lightning IIs.
F-35.
So in a situation...
Oh, whoops, sorry, guys.
So if I'm most important, you're going to
And then we still have operations, it's not just a case of... Fly that rig as well.
I absolutely did, and so did the C-17, which everyone's going to see land here in a second.
Whoa.
Noise, so just protect your hearing.
Actually could be for them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think it's one thing seeing it on social media and it's one thing seeing it on the news, but actually you get to see an F-35 that gets touched down. Just to get to see that in person.
It's a business that manufactures sort of unique aviation. Oh, no, that's what you wanted an airliner, and that was the dawn of the airliner age, the 1930s. Started roughly in the 20s, but it was a more serious business by then when people were prepared to put an aeroplane. The other left, a couple of them in the year or two, they produce over 9,000 of these aircraft over around 30 watts.
So we can tank with the KC-30. Pretty much a microphone that sits in the water. And that's how we listen to the submarine. We can track it.
We've got internal weapon bay as well as hard points. So what sort of mix of things?
Here we go. The magic.
I'm going to just run with lots.
Didn't you count them?
I lost count halfway through.
Look how cute my grandparents are. Love it. And we are all done. Time to leave. Hi! I wanted to do this in Melbourne, but it was such a rush with the road trip that I am now back in Sydney and quickly giving you an update on how that whole Avalon Airshow for 2025 went. Briefly, I will not drag this out because I think if you're an avid fan of air shows and you've read the reviews after what happened, you'll know what I'm about to say anyway. But I went to the air show this year with my family because 2 years ago we went to the one in 2023, my first ever air show, and let me tell you, it was incredible. Avalon for 2023 was one of the most amazing events that I've been to of the like, because I just got to see so much incredibleness. Remember in the video I have mentioned to you that I am not well versed in the world of air travel and anything to do with sort of transportation, regardless of whether it be in the air or on land. I'm not well versed in that world. I just appreciated the day 2 years ago, and I also went along because both my partner and my grandfather are especially interested in air travel, in any type of means of travel in general. They're just, my partner's an engineer, my grandfather is a mechanic / farmer, and it just tickles their fancy. So we decided to go together. 2025, it wasn't the best one. I appreciate the context. There was a bit of an issue because unfortunately on, I believe it was the Friday, we went on the Saturday. On the Friday, there was a tragic accident where a pilot crashed into the ground and is in, I believe until now, a critical but stable condition. So the whole thing was, I think, derailed from there. Now, of course, I am presuming this. I could be very wrong. The whole event, I think, wasn't as wow as it was 2 years ago, and I assume that would be as a consequence of said event, and also therefore I think they're feeling a little bit of a need to be more cautious. So do I think Avalon was a great experience? Well, specifically 2 years ago, yes, it was wonderful. Not so much this year, but in the spirit of fairness, I am just going to give them the benefit of the doubt that it was probably a lot to do with what had happened. So I may or may not, but most likely see you all again back there in 2 years' time. And hopefully then we'll have a little bit more of a positive report to give. But thank you all for watching. I hope, despite however mediocre my vlogging skills are, I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And I'm really grateful that I was able to take you along with me for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, everyone, much love and God bless. Mwah.